Hello, everyone. We were supposed to do a genealogy workshop on the 25th about genealogy as your new winter hobby. Unfortunately, the weather's not going to cooperate, and so we're going to cancel that program for tomorrow evening. But we're going to do that here with you today. So, we're going to talk about genealogy as your new hobby. It's a great winter hobby, and spring hobby, and summer hobby, but it's a great hobby to get into. If doing your genealogy is something you think I'm going to sit down and do this afternoon, that's a misconception. You're going to do this forever and you're never going to be done. If somebody ever says, I'm done with my genealogy, there's still more. They just choose to stop. Okay, so why should we do our genealogy? Maybe you're just curious. Where did you come from? We've found that doing genealogy makes us feel rooted. It makes us feel closer to our families and it makes us feel like we belong. Um, are you related to somebody famous? Maybe that's what you want to find out when you do your genealogy. Do you have military history in your background? Is somebody from the Revolutionary War in your family, from somebody in the Civil War in your family? If it's Civil War, which side did they fight for? There's lots of different military aspects to genealogy and lots of history involved when you do your genealogy. That's what makes it genealogy and history go so well together. Okay, what about health problems? This is something a lot of people don't think about with their genealogy, but it really is something that's very prominent. If you pull up records for your great grandfather and your great grandmother, and it goes down the line, and you keep seeing the same health problems, cardiovascular problems, heart disease, mental illness, cancers, that gives you a heads up that, hey, this runs in my family. In my case, it's not a health problem, but every other generation since the 1400s, my family has had twins. So I get to say to my kids, guess what? It's your turn. So genealogy helps us not only with just knowing our history and our family history, but knowing our family history's lives as well. Once you start getting ready to do genealogy, you think, oh my goodness, this is so overwhelming. Where do I start? So the first thing you need to do is write down everything you already know. Write down names, write down dates, write down locations of where those people lived at. Then you can take that information to work with. Interview other family members, especially if you have the privilege of having a grandparent or a parent still living. Talk to them about their genealogy, get their stories. They are a wealth of information to get you started. Also, see if other family members would have already looked into this. Have they done any genealogy, or would they be interested in doing genealogy? Doing this with another family member can be, it just makes it that much more enriching and that much more enjoyable. So see what other people in your family have. That will really be a very big help for you. And the number one source that we love to see here at the genealogy department is a family Bible. Is there a family Bible that someone has written in that has all of this information, has names and dates and locations already there written for you? That is a wealth of information. You've got some names, you've got some dates, you're ready to go. So what do you do next? You come to the library. Here at the library, we have Ancestry.com, and it's free for everybody to use. We have a large collection of family files and family books, one whole room full. We have local newspapers on microfilm. We can get other Indiana newspapers on microfilm through the Indiana State Library, and they'll bring them to us. We have a large collection of birth, marriage, death, and obituary books. Our obituary books start back in the 1800s. They are done yearly. They are also indexed, so super easy to use. Most all of our stuff is indexed by date. We have cemetery records for every cemetery in the county. We have a large collection not only of Shelby County, but we have out-of-state books and we have out-of-county books. We also have at least one person on staff at all times to help you. Sometimes there's two of us here, sometimes there's three, but we've always got somebody here and we're always glad to help. Another thing you can do is you can go to familysearch.org at home. This is a free site, and on the free site, you can build your family tree. However, they are shared trees. So it's not just you working on it, but it's 100 people working on it. Anybody with that last name. The thing about Family Search is you do have to open an account. They will ask you for your name and address, a phone number so that they can send you a verification code. Family Search is wonderful, never sells any of your information. It's secure, it's going to be there. Once you build your family tree, you can decide whether that's a living person or a deceased person. If it's a living person, that information cannot be seen by anybody else except for you. Then once you build your family tree, if you go back one or two generations, then it links on to where other people have worked on that same tree and it just takes off. It's really amazing to watch. And the only problem with it too is anybody can put anything on there they want to. So make sure the sources are correct, make sure the information is right before you add anything, and check those when you're looking at it to make sure that somebody hasn't put anything in there that you don't feel is right. If you don't feel it's right, there is a way that you can question it, and if you prove to be right, then they change it. That's a whole nother program, and I do a family search program at least once a year here at the library where we'll go into in depth with that. Also, when you're going through records there, they will tell you that some of the records are not visible on your home computer and you have to go to an affiliate library. If that is the case, that's us, and you're back here to the library with us. I would suggest, and we all do this that work here, we use Family Search and Ancestry records both. There's a lot of stuff on Family Search that's not on Ancestry, a lot of stuff on Ancestry that is not on Family Search. Family Search is great with marriage records, where Ancestry is not quite so good. So if you bought back and forth between the two, then you can really get a real good picture on your family history. This is the part of the program where I would usually take questions, and then we would move to the computers and we'd work the computers together. Unfortunately, with the snow coming, we're not going to be able to do that. So I have given you my contact information. You can either email me, give me a phone call, or you can go to our Facebook page and put a question out there. I'll be more than happy to answer it, and we're pretty timely about getting back with you as quickly as we can. Also, I would encourage you to look at our YouTube page, the Shelby County Public Library YouTube page. I put some history programs on there, and then we've got some other programs that are the children's programs and story times. So I will continue to add more and more history programs now that I'm doing this and enjoying it. So we hope that you'll enjoy that too and take a look at it. I do one genealogy workshop a month, and that's always on the fourth Wednesday of every month. And I do one history program on the second Tuesday of the month. These are a lot of fun. We have a lot of variety. On the 15th of this month, which is actually on Wednesday, but we couldn't do it because of Valentine's Day. So on the 15th, we've got Abraham Lincoln coming. On our genealogy and workshop that month, we are going to talk about marriage and divorce records, which are sometimes hard to find. We're going to give you some insight on how to find them. We would love to have you come and join us, and hopefully the weather will cooperate with us this time. In the meantime, you all stay safe with the weather coming in. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't. And I'm sure that you check the listings and see whether the library is open, and we'd love to see you if we are. If not, stay safe. Bye-bye.